Hello everybody, it's Foxy speaking, and apologies a moment for rotational angle, but yes. Hello everybody, it's Foxy speaking, and yes. In this video, if I dare might point out, is the Imagery Picture View slideshow video featuring the London to Paris EV electric vehicle rally, which took place fairly recently on the 1st of July of 2023. An enchanted little rally it was, I must say. No, not little, it was a big enchanted rally, I must say. And big rally, but might I say my opinionated thoughts of it was rather different compared to the various other rallies I've attended, being London to Brighton related. I very honestly thought it was going to be London to Brighton EV electric vehicle rally, because it was previously, when it first launched in 2021 and then secondly in 2022, it was London to Brighton electric vehicle rally, but this time it was London to Paris electric vehicle rally because they'd extended the rally run into Paris and France. But they'd stopped in Brighton on the Saturday before going to the Brighton Soho House, and after the Brighton Soho House the very next day, they would proceed straight over to France via New Haven, I think, something like that, you know. But it was interesting, but might I say slightly unusual, but and different, but interesting. I wouldn't say it was excellent or fantastic. I'd say it was unusual but interesting because it was quite different, because they were all predominantly electrically powered vehicles, but it's all right. There are various electrically powered vehicles up and down our comprised selection of our global world, completely normal. I mean, we've had some electric vehicles in the making since sometime into the 2010s decade, so quite a while is going on, the making of electrically powered vehicles. We've got electrically powered trains. That's what we see, of course. But the only highlighting thing really about going to London to Brighton electric vehicle rally, or London to Paris EV electric vehicle rally, or London to Paris electric vehicle rally, so like that, or EV rally, whatever oneself might like to call it, of 2023. The only highlighting moment of attending that rally was seeing the car enthusiast, who I think he had a smart-looking blue electrically powered car himself. I saw him again because I had seen him previously at Eastbourne Magnificent Motors. And I was taking my video, I think, and I was taking a video, and then he shouted out to me, like a friendly hello shouting out to me, and we were fairly close, about half a beat, we were about half a metre away from each other, and he like shouted in excitement towards me, and I looked over to hear where the loud shouting had come from. Because it was very loud, I managed to hear it. So I'd heard him, I was turning over, and then I recognised him. I was like, oh, hello! And I walked over to him, and we immediately just shook hands. So it was immediately a handshaking greetings we had. And there was he's a fairly tall man, hefty, dark-haired, and wears glasses. Well, I'd say both stocky and hefty is his physical build. No offence. So I think he's quite a few stones bigger than I am, you know, and he took along with him his lovely friend, who was a nice lady, who was a tall and thin blonde lady with nice full head of blonde hair and wonderful, deep, nice blue eyes, and a nice, very nice looking lady, nice figure, and very nice, endearing personality is what she had. Yes, and we actually very many times conversed in conversations together. There'd be times I'd take videos, go over to them, have some conversations, and they even got to meet David Scott, my best friend. Whilst I was talking to them, there came David Scott, my best friend, saying hello to me, and then immediately issued over my birthday card. If I could show you, he gave me a very nice birthday card. I might be able to just find it. Sorry, wait a moment. Sorry about this. no, that's not it. Sorry, wait a moment. Ah, found it. Alright, I found it. Oh. This was the one. He immediately issued out the birthday card to me, and then I read it. And it was an enchanted little message. Wishes to Foxy. Wishing you all the best on your 22nd birthday, from David. And this is the funny thing. Birthday wishes. Accept them gracefully, or risk having them forced upon you. Brilliant. An enchanting birthday card. Many thanks, David. I was extremely thankful for him towards that. But moving on now, yes, it was a wonderful gift, and I was most extremely thankful from my heart towards my best friend, David Scott, for issuing it over towards me. And we met, and I did actually introduce the two wonderful people to David Scott himself, and then I had no, and then they conversed briefly in a conversation too. And I think it was about halfway into the rally event, I was talking to them about Magnificent Motors. Well, the man, he knew, the sturdily built, stocky, hefty man, and fairly tall, because he's taller than I am. We were talking to not just him, but the nice, lovely blonde lady about Eastbourne Magnificent Motors and classic cars, and what interest either one of us might share for classic cars. And here comes the funny part. I was like, it's always good if you want to sit inside and pose for a photograph for a classic car or a vintage car, but the only problem is that, but then the lovely lady finished off the sentence for me. She said, they're not built for taller people. I said, yes. I said, well, yes, that's certainly completely correct, yes. I mean, well, I think she made an excellent point, because if you're 5'6", or, well, taller than 5'6", which is obviously in the case of myself, of being taller than that height, it's not terribly easy to get inside and out of a classic car. Well, I mean, 5'8" and 11 stone, or 154 pounds, I have to take things rather carefully getting inside and out of a small classic car. Those are the small ones I'm referring to. Medium size, yes, I might need to be a little more careful, but the classic cars that are generally bigger, like a Chevy, for example, or much bigger classic cars, I suppose it wouldn't be too much of a problem for people taller than 5'6", or people who are 6 feet, or the 6-footers, as David would like to refer to them as, who are 5'10", or 6 feet or taller, could probably get into the bigger ones without needing to take a lot of caution. But no, with the smaller ones, all three of us agreed that they're not built for taller people over the height of 5'6", you know. I completely agree with that. But to tell you the truth, not only was the man taller than me, but the lady was taller than I was too. Only by a little bit. She wasn't as tall as the man. She was round about 5'9", something like that, so a little taller than I was. And the man was just under 6 feet. So, but sorry if it was too much information. But we all agreed, however, all the same, that smaller classic cars, though extremely enchanting and filled with wonderful heritage and captivated distinctive charms of vintage heritage things, bringing people back in time over a period of history, we agreed they were not built for taller people over a certain height. Yes, but we had other conversations, not just about the classic cars and the advantages and disadvantages of them, but we also spoke about other classic car rallying events and also and other vintage rallies and things. At least I think so, but we did predominantly also talk about Eastbourne Magnificent Motors event too and all that. And she didn't go, by the way, she hadn't attended, but she seemed rather interested, so hopefully I might see the two of them again at Magnificent Motors, hopefully one day in the future, I hope. as I like them very much. They're very nice, friendly people, I must say. Indeed they were. But another highlighting moment, I forgot, the first highlighting moment were the two friendly people. The nice man, the nice man who's fairly tall with a stocky, hefty build, dark hair and glasses, and the nice, quite tall and reasonably skinny, lovely blonde lady. I wouldn't say she was petite, but I'd say about a stone smaller than I am, something like that. I think she had a reasonably similar figure to my mother, is how I would describe her, but just taller than my own mother, as she is not very tall, as is the case with a lot of the family. Never mind. But, yes, but nice looking, I must say, and had an endearing personality, as I said before, and hope to see them again. Hopefully Eastbourne Magnificent Motors, or another car event should they go, whether it's a classic car event or what have you. Yes. But the second highlighting moment was the vintage looking cars. Although they were converted with electrical motors, making them electrically powered, it was quite a distinctive and highlighting moment, seeing a vintage car being converted to being an electrically powered car, but with the vintage heritage make of build and all that. And I think also Thomas Druitt, the founder of the Big Lemon Bus Company, also attended the London to Paris electric vehicle rally, I think, too, in his nice electric yellow car and all that. That was highlighting too, so about 3 highlighting moments. And, but yes, the London to Brighton EV electric vehicle rally, though maybe not my greatest of events to have attended, but it was certainly interesting, despite being slightly unusual, but interesting. And this is the Imagery picture view slideshow videos all in all, and without further ado, let's see the video rolling into action. Well, the London to Paris EV electric vehicle rally, but formerly London to Brighton EV electric vehicle rally, well, I wonder whether they're going to go to Paris again. Should they run it again this time next year? Let's see. But, will I attend it again in 2024? Should I attend it again in 2024? Well, the answer is not terribly sure, but I would think about it. I would say I would both not rule it out, both not rule out the possibility of going to their 2024 running rally, and secondly I would deeply think about it, because it wasn't, I wouldn't describe it as fantastic or my greatest of events, but it was, though slightly unusual, there was an interesting part to play for it. So I would think about going there again this time next year, but it's dependent on what else is happening on their 2024 running day. I'll need to see what else is happening that day too. If it meant, say, Hove Park Miniature Railway was running that day also, I would not be able to attend. But I don't know, even if it wasn't running, I would think about it, but I will have to really see. But I'll think about it, and I will not rule out the possibility of going in 2024. Thanks everybody, all indeed, for watching, and I shall certainly see you in the very next video. And the London to Brighton EV electric vehicle rally, though it was not one of my greatest and slightly unusual set of events I've attended so far during 2023, there is an interesting part to play for it. But despite my opinionated views and thoughts on the event, I do wish the event the very best of running years for the future. Thanks all indeed for watching, and ta-ta another time. From Foxy.